Welcome to London News. We're just going to have a quick chat with a few of our members from the International Common Law Court. A few of them are away, and there's just a couple. John Smith in England is very, very busy with a lot of problems over there that's happening in the UK in relation to vaccinations. So have a quick look at this, and well, it's just to keep you up to date. London News, we're on Friday night on the 26th of September. We've actually got the date right for the first time in a while. I normally have to ask somebody on board. I'd like to welcome our friends from New Zealand. We're here on a little bit of a chat tonight about the International Common Law Court. Stephanie is up in quarantine in Queensland, and she obviously is not on tonight, and because the bacteria doesn't cross the border apparently. It's a virus, I forgot. I nearly got it wrong. We have a BS virus who's now camouflaging this bacteria. And John's busy tonight, he's working. And who else is missing tonight? We've got somebody missing. Jackie has gone to a party tonight. But anyway, the Common Law Court is progressing quite well. And we can't do anything in Victoria till we get the clearance from our corrupt criminal politicians, all of them, including Daniel Andrews. Anyway, hello, Daniel. I hope you're doing well today after your stuff up in on TV. You look really good as you lied your way through it. I don't know. Perhaps I should start stuttering a bit and say I don't know what day of the week it is, and we could always match your intellectual disadvantages. Anyway, so Stephen, over to you in New Zealand. Can you just tell us how we're going with the International Common Law Society, which is a bit of a financial background for the Common Law Court. And okay, Steve, what can you tell us how we're going?
Yeah, the society, in fact, we're having a little meeting, a Zoom meeting to sort of celebrate our first 100 people. So that's really good. We're getting people together, a lot of really good discussions going on actually, and people are forming little groups and doing things. And so there's quite a lot happening, which is really good. And we just want to keep building and building. And the type of people that are coming on and joining up and forming groups are quite knowledgeable about what's happening, and they're quite worldly. So that's really good. And we're learning from them as well as we can disseminate information to them as it comes to sort of to our attention as well. So it's really good. So we're very pleased with the way that's coming along. And we're sort of educating people on common law and what their rights are and that sort of thing. So yeah, it's great.
Yeah, we've got all the paperwork ready for a couple of cases. And if Brian, I think Brian up there, I catch Brian by surprise every time I mention his name there. Hey Brian, you've got a couple of cases up in New South Wales, which is ready to go as well. You've got the paperwork, and I think you're ready to send out the first invitation for mediation, which is good. I think about many cases have you got ready?
I've got 3 ready to go.
So when is that paperwork going out to when is the first invitation going out?
I'll probably send it at the beginning of next month.
Yeah, because you're not restricted up there as much as we are in Melbourne. We're in the largest prison in the world, where the 5 million people have been sentenced to what is house arrest and quarantine. We're not allowed after 9 o'clock at night. They actually extended from 8 o'clock at night, which is really, really good. So if you're hungry, you can go out and get something up till 9 o'clock, provided it's not 5 kilometers from your front door.
Sure.
If it is, you're in trouble. So New South Wales doesn't have that problem. How is things in New Zealand? Has Mr. Ed over there made life a little harder for you now, or have you got quarantine, or can you walk away from your house? What's the story?
No, we haven't got any quarantine or anything like that. We've got a media that doesn't tell us the truth. They're pretty disingenuous. So you wouldn't believe one thing you hear on the media, sadly. We've caught them out so many times, it's not even funny. But we have these sort of little fictitious outbreaks here and there, and someone's been found with it. And honestly, I really don't know. But it's just life as usual, really. We've noticed nothing. There's the odd person, what would you call them?
Morons.
Cretin, I suppose, wandering around wearing a mask or something like that. And, but otherwise, no, it's pretty normal here, to be honest. And we're very thankful of that.
Yeah, it's amazing when you see, we forget because you see they've isolated everybody from state to state. One time you could go to Fox News and get news from all the states. There was the 6 states up there. You just clicked on and you got New South Wales news, Queensland news, but they stopped that. So the Walking Dead, the ones wearing the mask here, there's a lot of people wearing masks here just to keep the peace, and that's understandable. I'd say 20% of the people are doing that, and you can't blame somebody for complying just to stop themselves being attacked by these morons, these institutionalized Walking Dead. But in other states, they're not compulsory. So up in Newcastle, Brian, the things are pretty slack up there. You can still go out to cafes and pubs. See, the people in Victoria don't know that.
Yeah, no, it's pretty good here.
Yeah, and Anne, of course, is in Victoria, so we're prisoners of hope here. We hope down in
I have been travelling outside of my 5 kilometres, heaven forbid.
Anne, could you repeat that so we can take?
I said I have been travelling out of my 5 kilometres.
Well, I definitely have a lot of supporters on that.
Yeah, so
I would never do it, of course.
Oh no, you'd never do it, Barry. But yeah, no, I've been travelling, so when I've had to go out, so I'm not going to, got something to do.
I wouldn't. It's not affecting me really, apart from, when I do go into some place that a shop that you are entering under their conditions, like these. Some of them a little bit overboard, but you have to go in. Okay, you put a scarf around the face, but they take it off afterwards, because at the end of all this, and that's the reason for the common law court, a lot of people are going to pay the piper in the end. And they look, even Hitler, he got away with all this crap for years and years, and look what happened in the end. He ended up in Argentina, which is probably a sentence in itself, but that's a long story. So that's basically what's happening, everybody. So we have a short message tonight. John Smith is extremely busy because the news we got from John on what night? Friday night, Thursday night. John rang me and he told me that he's flat out quite a number of nurses in his area. Now that's probably in Scotland. They're absolutely really upset because the kids are actually getting vaccinated, and their parents are not present, and there's no permission. Now, that's coming from somebody who's he is like running the International Common Law Court for the people, by the people, if you like, with the people. So he's been approached by a large number of people and nurses to her, and he's trying at the moment to put an end to that with paperwork into the courts. So anybody got anything to say on that one? That's a pretty disgusting thing. John wouldn't say it unless it was true.
Now, a lady actually came out on a YouTube clip, I think, or one of those Facebook, watch party things. And she showed it on her phone. There was a lady got really mad that her daughter, I think, got vaccinated, and they gave injections and stuff at school. Didn't know about it, no consent, no nothing. She was wild, and basically said, "Don't, get your kids out of school. Don't take them."
It's disgusting, isn't it?
Because that's what they're doing.
Well, that's the reason we're all involved in the International Common Law Court. And anyway, listen, we had a lot of chat tonight, and we've done a bit of homework off air, so we thought we'd just pop on to say hello to everybody and keep you up to date what's happening. In the next week or two, we'll have a proper meeting internationally with all the other people. So thank you for watching. London News signing off, and thanks everybody for coming on tonight for our meeting.
Bye.
Right.
Bye.
Bye.